Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about a TikTok in particular that went viral. Now, initially, I didn't even want to talk about this TikTok because though I had things to say, it was one of those situations where you don't really want to comment too soon. Further things have come out. I'm going to show you things in the same order that I saw them so we process the information in a similar way and we can discuss. So this is the first video I saw.
Nice, thank you for taking me here.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll get those going and then I'll come back and grab your order.
Thank you very much. All right, so I liked what she had mentioned about the scallops. I thought that sounded really good. You know, I'm a big seafood fan, so I think I'm going to do that.
Let me order for you. I'll surprise you. I know what you want.
I hate surprises. You know this place better than me, so.
Yes, I do.
So what are you getting?
I'm getting the ribeye with the mashed potatoes.
So what are you going to order for me then?
The ribeye with the mashed potatoes.
Oh, okay. Really nice.
You don't want to.
You don't like red wine? Not good here or something?
Well, you don't want to add on any calories, do you?
No, but I mean, we're on a nice little date, so I think I can ignore it for now.
I'll order you a drink that'll suit what you're looking for.
What the hell am I looking for?
Something with less calories.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, wine does have a lot of sugar. Oh.
I tend to know what women like.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good because not many guys do.
I'm definitely a cut above the rest.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into.
She's actually going to have what I'm going to have.
What's that?
I'm going to have the.
Either one of you like to add soup or salad tonight?
Yeah, I was gonna do the soup. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Oh my god! I can't even fucking talk. Okay, I can't even order. He thinks he's being so nice.
Updates it. It's an
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to take care of my bill because.
I do mind. I will go ahead and take care of it.
No. Listen, I've had an experience like this in the past, and I do not want to repeat. So I will definitely.
Well, that's not me. I will not embarrass me.
Okay, it's not an embarrassment. Like I can also just cash out
No,
you.
it is. It's very much an embarrassment.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just not make a scene. I forgot you like to open the door. Thank you. That's really nice of you. All right, I'm just gonna run into the car. If that's okay.
No.
Oh my God. Okay. I could have gotten in there a lot faster if I just ran.
The gentleman has to get the door.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so I saw this TikTok and understandably was like, what the fuck is this? Who is this guy who is acting a little bit... You know when you're playing a video game, it's maybe like medieval themed and you have these characters that sound robotic and that say shit that doesn't even sound like what a human would say? This guy gives me that vibe. Just a lot of these sentences sound rehearsed, right? And understandably what he's saying is disturbing, maybe not necessarily in nature, but the way in which he says things immediately gives at least me and a lot of other people in the comments, a lot of women understandably, a very off vibe of, okay, this guy has a lot of red flags, a lot of these behaviors are very controlling, especially for a first date. Generally speaking, they're controlling, but especially when you barely know someone, I feel like it's an extra big red flag when someone feels comfortable enough around you, I suppose is the term I should use, to just decide what you're ordering, decide what you're drinking, blah, blah, blah. Now, like I said, that doesn't matter if you're 20 dates in or dating for 2 years, whatever. No one's supposed to be controlling like that. But I find it, I think, particularly shocking because it's so immediate from what we can gather as outsiders. Now, people in the comments were worried for this creator's well-being, understandably, because especially at the very end when she wants to split the bill and this guy's like, you will not embarrass me, that creeped me the fuck out because I was like, okay, this guy's getting really kind of verbally implicitly aggressive. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but the whole tone there, no. Okay, a lot of this would have put me on edge, to say the very least. I would have wanted to run away from all of that. So people were concerned about her well-being, wondering how she's doing, so on and so forth. So that's where the story ended for me, right? Earlier today, I was scrolling on the Hell app, that is Twitter. Another video by the same creator came up. This is that video. Because it's late, and I have to get up early in the morning, so...
Well, can I walk you to your room?
I don't know if they allow if you're not staying in the room. It'd just be easier if you. But I appreciate dinner, and
I get it. Okay.
No, it's not like that.
I get it.
No, it
It's
seriously
all right.
isn't.
No.
No, I mean, I don't fuck.
Man pays for dinner.
I don't fuck on the first date, and I feel like you've been kind of like, you've been.
So I come across this tweet, and it's the same creator making content again on the same theme about a first date, if not an early date, from what I can understand, with a guy. Now, the person tweeting this says, "That's so crazy that she had the exact same encounter with the same guy in November. Wow, what are the odds?" Now, a lot of people are saying that the voice sounds the same, that certain behaviors sound the same as in scripted. A lot of people thought the behaviors in the first video sounded scripted before any knowledge of this as well, so just as standalone. Now, one thing I do want to be very clear about is that encounters like this do happen. When I critique this, which I'm going to in a second, the first thing I do want to say is encounters like this happen. Now, of course, in different ways, in different formats, at different times, in different cultures. So based on all of these different factors, the way in which these encounters happen is different, but these encounters do happen. So let us be very clear about that. There is no denying that. I'm sure that within any friend group, whatever, you will know someone who has gone through a scary encounter. So part of the discourse here is, okay, first of all, whether this is or isn't the same guy isn't even central. What is more central, in my opinion, is this scripted? Are these skits of sorts? The reason why I bring this up is because, first of all, the credibility is going to be hurt. As in, if you're posing as if these are very real situations happening, like this is a real situation, not an example of a real situation, but this is unfolding pretty much in real time, kind of. If you're presenting it that way, and it turns out that you're lying, you are not only removing credibility from yourself, but you are removing credibility in some way, or making a mockery out of the very real situations similar to this that do happen. There are already a lot of people out there who think that situations like this don't happen, or that people's accounts of these situations are exaggerated. So it is serious if you're fucking around and playing dress up with these situations. If you're gonna say it's a reenactment of something that happened to you, fine. If you're gonna say it's a skit, fine. I don't know how I'd feel about that, but at least you're being honest about what you're doing. But otherwise, you're basically fueling the people who are always out here not believing people when they say that these encounters happen, that people can be really scary on first dates. You're also, in some ways, making a mockery of why certain people are even afraid to date because of shit like this happening. On the other hand, some people are saying, oh, it doesn't matter if this is scripted because awareness is still being brought to the topic. And I don't really agree with that, because here I'm deciding to talk about it in a relatively serious tone, as in, I don't think this is funny. I just don't see the humor here. I don't see much value. Now, of course, it can start a productive discussion. You can start productive discussions out of basically anything, to be honest, but I don't think this is where we want to start discussions, because if you want to start a productive discussion about something serious like this, you know, people being toxic, controlling, potentially abusive, assault, you know, like all of these things, you have to talk about it with seriousness, also in presentation. So people, if we want to start talking about this, people shouldn't be out here trying to figure out if it's real or not, because we're already taking away from the crux of the discussion, if in fact the discussion is what you wanted to talk about, which I don't even know if that's the point here, or if it's just the TikTok likes. I think we can all agree that there has to be a certain amount of integrity and seriousness behind it. When it's turned into like a little theater moment, a little joke, a skit, whatever, we're not going anywhere. And in fact, because it's a skit, there are a lot of people who feel justified in saying that this shit doesn't happen. So on the contrary, I find that the discussion happening here is not particularly productive. If anything, it's useless, and at worst, it's detrimental. So I'm just going to put that there. I also have to wonder if we're really going to go into the details. There are a lot of people who are playing FBI agent in the comments, which usually I'm a little bit meh about, because people will find things, go too far, no, I'm not into that. However, some people did make some valid points. Like, why did this person start filming? If this were real, why did this person start filming? Because the beginning of the interactions might have been weird and robotic, but then again, on an early date, it kind of makes sense. People are uncomfortable, they might feel awkward, blah, blah, blah. So not everything just flows. So the initial parts of some of these interactions, to me, I'm like, okay, well, why did you start filming? Granted, if this is a real interaction, maybe she felt uncomfortable and she's like, okay, something's off. But other than that, I don't really see the immediate urge to start filming a date if there's nothing of concern happening yet. So people were already weirded out by that. Also because in one of the videos where they were ordering, people were like, why did she start filming before they were ordering, when that was kind of where shit started to get weird? The ordering of her less calorie drink and food, whatever, and what he was ordering. How did she know to start filming? That's what some people were saying as well. So there are a lot of reasons here that I think make this entire thing look suspicious, from the format to the dialogue to just the entirety of it all, let alone the fact that there are two separate videos that I'm not going to say are related, but they're on the same theme and people have found similarities. Some people are convinced it's the same guy. I can't confirm any of that, especially since here we basically just have someone's voice, and I am shit at matching voices and wouldn't feel comfortable saying, oh, for sure that's XYZ's voice. So you guys can let me know if it's real or fake, what you think. Aside from that, I'd like to know what you guys think, as in, if it's fake, do you think it's still helpful for awareness's sake, or do you think it's detrimental, as in it kind of removes a seriousness from a subject that is, in fact, in some cases, a life-threatening subject? Like, shit happens after dates that we hear about all the time, and putting these red flags on display in a, I don't want to say comedic way, but in a kind of like story time way. What do you guys think about all of that? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.